Alright, so for the last couple of weeks, I've been experimenting with trading a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. And it is now time for me to move on from that. And in this video, I'll show you exactly why. So, firstly, it's just too slow for my liking. So, sure, I was able to pass some challenge accounts, but that's only because I went heavier on the risk because they were challenge accounts. Whereas when it comes to funded accounts, you're in this weird stage where you need a lot of winning trades to reach payouts because you don't want to risk too much on a funded account. So you either have to risk more per trade, which is dangerous, or you just grind it out slowly with small risk, which takes forever. And the other thing I noticed is price just kept continuing running after I exited at 1R most of the time, like 90% of the time. And it just felt like I was leaving some money on the table every time. So I figured it was time for a change, and I did some testing over the weekend. Actually, I'll just show some examples of some recent setups. Yeah, like this one, for example. We'll just go through it. So go to my 1 hour chart, mark off my point of interest. Here it is. Bang, there is your bullish POI. Go to the 1 minute. You can see here is our range. Price comes down into the discount of the range, briefly dips under the 0.5 level and engages our bullish point of interest. Then we get a change in state of delivery. And so you could enter there, stop loss down there. And if you just go 1-to-1R, sure, it's a win, but look how much more you can get out of this one. Like that's a potential 3R. Not that I'm saying you should go for 3R, but what I've found with my model, the way I'm trading is generally you will get more than 1R, like 99% of the time. I'll go through another example. Like this one, for example. Let me go to my hourly. So we had this bearish Chad candle closing through these Virgin wicks, creating our bearish points of interest. So if we go back to the 1 minute chart, we will see price comes up, engages the POIs, and then we're just waiting for our entry model, which is this CISD level here. And let's say you enter in here. Whoa, not there. There. Stop loss up here, aim for 1R. Like, sure, you get the win, but look at how much you're missing out on. Huge move. So you could definitely get a bit more out of this one. And then we've got some examples here as well. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to go through the full setups because this is not a trade breakdown video. But just to show an example, these were valid setups, which I believe I've gone over in previous videos. But like, just look at how shocking that is if you just go for 1-to-1. It's like, can you stomach missing out on that much? 3R. What do we have here? 3R, maybe even 4R. What do we have here? 2.6. So yeah, I think it is very clear to me that my model can produce more than 1-to-1R most of the time. So at this point, it does not really make sense for me to continue trading 1-to-1R. But I'm still happy I did the experiment just so I could really see for myself how a 1-to-1 would actually go. But yeah, so I figured I didn't really like it that much, so I did some testing over the weekend. I just did 50 trades where I strictly just tracked the maximum R reached per trade. And what I found from it was I did 50 trades, 31 of them reached 1, 27 reached 1.5, 24 reached 2R, and then 18 reached 2.5R, and 10 reached 3R. So then when you put it all through the calculations, the 1.5R had the best expected value per trade with a EV of 0.38R. And I was like, yeah, okay, that looks pretty good, but I noticed another member in our Discord community, Cupboard Welder. He actually did his own testing as well. And so I figured if I've got two independent data sets from two independent testers, why not combine them just so we have a better picture and a more clearer understanding of what the optimal risk-reward ratio might be. But yeah, these are the details of his testing. He's put it all in the Discord. He's even got an Excel sheet with everything. You can have a look at it yourself. But I just got AI to combine both of our stats just to like cross-reference it, cross-check it. And again, 1.5R came up as the special number. It's 53% win rate with an EV of plus 0.37R. So it's got a decent enough win rate and a decent enough profit target. It's just like a nice middle ground, nice sweet spot between 1 to 1 and 1 to 2. So yeah, that is why I am now switching from 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1.5. I just think it's a nice sweet spot, especially for prop firms, because one, the win rate is still high enough that you're not going to have like crazy variance of like huge winning streaks, huge losing streaks, because managing losing streaks is probably the most important thing in prop firms when you have a trailing drawdown at the end of every day. And 54% is definitely high enough. Two, it's faster, like I spoke about before. You get more profits in less trades, so it solves that weird one-to-one dilemma where you might be getting lots of wins, but you're not really getting anywhere. And then thirdly, I think it's simple to execute. Like you don't have to worry about break-evens, trailing stop losses. It's just a flat 1.5R. You may leave some money on the table, but you're still getting a good chunk of the move. And it's just a lot simpler for me and my psychology. You can just set it, let it run. You can even just log out, take the dogs for a walk, go eat lunch, and let it play out, and whatever happens, happens. So that is why I am going to do mostly 1 to 1.5. Obviously, it can change depending on each setup and how far the drawn liquidity is, or if I manage to get a really tight stop loss, then things might change. But I think as a baseline, I will try to aim for 1 to 1.5R because that is what the data is telling me is best. But that's just something I'm doing. Doesn't mean you have to do it. Like with most things I say, it's not a doctor's prescription on what you should do. This is just what my data is telling me for my model and the way I practice it. And it is also what suits my personality and my psychology. Like across the world, there are consistently profitable traders crushing it with all types of risk-reward ratios. Like some people are doing negative risk-reward ratios, like 1 to 0.5, and they're crushing it. There are consistently profitable traders doing like 5R, 10R, 20R traders, like core philosophy in our group. Just like 10R, 20R bangers day after day. So I don't think there's a definitive right or wrong. I think any edge works, and it is on the individual to execute it. So your job is just find out what helps you execute that edge the best. For example, if trailing stops feels easier on your brain, like it's like very soothing for you, then you can use them. If 1 to 1 is where you feel confident, then you can stay at 1 to 1. I'm not here to tell you 1.5 is the ultimate best ever risk reward ratio and everything else sucks. Track your data, experiment, see what works for you. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. Run your own backtest. You can just be like 50 trades, 100 trades. Track the maximum R reached per trade. Yeah, like this. And then put all the stats through ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you want to use, and then just ask it to break down the data, calculate the EV of each one and which one is the best. And then figure out if that works for you mentally, test it, and go from there. Yeah, that was it for this one. Pretty quick one. Just a quick update on my risk reward journey. See you next time.